oil change on a 2014 Volkswagen Touareg Tdi. As with every car, make sure that the washer fluid is topped up, especially in the winter. I recommend always just using all season. You'll never, if you put summer washer fluid in and then you leave it into the winter, it'll freeze. So why take that risk? All right, now we're gonna set up the car. If you have a lift, always rock the vehicle when it's only a foot off the ground, just in case it's not set up properly. That way you can make sure that it's steady and safe. Always lower the vehicle back down on the locks if you have a lift. That way, in case any hydraulics ever go, you still have a mechanical lock in place. Take a look at the wheels quickly. Now we'll be getting under it. Get a nice tray that's magnetized to hold the screws. Should be two pieces, this long piece and this tightening bracket for the back part. So you still need to remove the front because or else the oil will drain right on top of this cover and we don't want to be cleaning that out. So a couple more screws. There's one up in here. We need an extension with a 10 mil. Just get some penetrating fluid or rust protection fluid. It's all the same. And I know you might think, well, what's the point of this? Well, next time when you can't get the screws out, or they're seized, or they break a bracket, or a retaining clip, you'll be wishing you did it. A little bit of a messy oil change. So make sure you have some nice rubber gloves or latex free gloves or latex gloves, whatever you want. And once you get it, you'll see it kind of just falls nicely. Make sure you get that old washer out and discard of it. You will not be reusing it. This is a crush washer. One-time use. Do not use again. They are $1, $2 maybe. Let that oil drain, and while the oil's draining, check your tire pressures. After you've installed your new washer on your drain plug, and it's pretty much done dripping, now I'll check the torque spec on that. To torque the drain plug for the oil, it's 18 foot-pounds. So get yourself a 3/8 torque wrench that could torque that low. If you over torque the drain plug, you could strip the threads and get a leak. Maybe not today, but maybe next time you go to use it, it won't work very well. Once you're done torquing everything, wipe everything up. You do not want to think you have an oil leak when all you have is some dirt and some residue from the oil change. Just wipe everything up, inspect everything underneath, see if there's any other leaks. Move your drain bucket out of the way. Get them hand started first in case you have to make any adjustments. There's 5 on the front cover. First, hand tighten the 5 on the front cover. Wait. There we go. We will now be removing the oil filter. It is a 32 mil. Get yourself a drain pan. We want minimal mess here. Because I drained the oil, most of the fluid went back down into the pan. You still want to try to avoid the mess if you can. Okay, so clean up, get a fresh rag. You don't want any particles getting inside of here. This is where the oil goes right before it goes into your engine. Gets filtered. Always replace this gasket. Just get a small screwdriver or a pick, put it inside here, and just work it around. Make sure you get rid of that. Clean it up. If you have brake clean, even better, wipe the inside. Get your new filter. The gasket should be inside, as expected. Break this gasket. New filter. It only goes in one way. There is a small hole inside the oil filter housing. You can't miss it. And there's a seal right here. So what we want to do is we want to lubricate that seal. Just makes it go in a little easier. So you get your new oil. Get some oil. Lubricate that seal. And you'll see there's a hole on one side. You can't miss it. There's no way to make a mistake. It'll clip in. Watch. It only goes on one way. Once it's on, lubricate this seal with fresh oil, not used oil. Put your cover on. Volkswagen tells you use an O-ring only. So don't try to put the gasket maker on here or anything like that. I don't know who would do that, but Volkswagen's nice enough to let you know. The oil filter housing, the torque spec on it is 21 foot-pounds. That's it. Not very much. Wipe everything down. In case you do have any leaks, you'll know 100% where they're coming from. You wipe everything down best as you can. This vehicle takes 7.7 liters. I know that because I've done it a bunch of times and I've looked at it online. So what we'll do is, we'll put 7.7 liters and then we'll inspect it and check the oil level in the vehicle. I only use liquid moly in this vehicle. I use Top Tech 4200. It's a little expensive, but if you want to maintain your vehicle, you got to use good stuff. I know people think oil is oil. I don't think so. I do an oil change on this every 10,000 kilometers. I don't do what they say. They want like 1 year, 15,000 kilometers. That's, to me, that's ridiculous for the price of oil and a filter. Okay, should be good there. Wipe up. Cover back on. It's very simple to line up. Once you line it over the drain cap, it should just clip back in. So now we're going to start her up. Always open the door to your garage when you're going to start a vehicle. You don't want to. These vehicles do not have a dipstick, although you can put a dipstick in if you buy it from the dealer. The oil level is checked from inside and the service interval is reset in there as well. So our oil level is pretty good. We could use a tad more. Although the garage is on a slight incline, we have now reset the interval service.